What is going on, guys? So, you know what? I wanted to do this video because this Mike Tyson boxing thing has been the most clickbaited video or concept I've ever seen in regards to this boxing video game world. People know how much people want a boxing video game, and they keep using this game as clickbait. Oh, this is Esports Boxing Club, when it's absolutely not. Oh, this is I don't know, the new boxing game that's coming out. Oh, this is Fight Night. Oh, this is a new Mike Tyson boxing game that you're about to get. People use it like crazy, but I want to look at it, and I've watched it a bunch of times, because who hasn't? If you've wanted a boxing game, you've seen this video. But I wanted to look at it and see if any of this is even possible. Let's take a look at it. So we're gonna go ahead and switch over to the screen right now, and yes, it's the Mike Tyson virtual boxing. And let's go ahead and click here, and let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. All right, so for starters, the graphics are actually better with Esports Boxing Club. They're actually better, and if you guys are like, no way they're not, then you're bugging. Because did you just see the Deontay Wilder reveal? We could just go right to the Deontay Wilder reveal and you'll see the difference. But the graphics are better in Esports Boxing Club. That's 100% for sure. The animations that we are about to see, they can't be touched by anybody. Let's keep playing it. So, by the way, this is not a game that you can play at all. This is a casino game where you can put bets on how long these opponents, these random opponents, are going to last with Mike Tyson. That's all it is. So you can bet, oh, they're going to be there for 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 40 seconds, and that's how it works. And then this animates some type of combat with them, some type of a boxing match, and then you check to see were you right, were you wrong, and then the money is dispersed accordingly. That's what this is. So you can't control anything that's happening, and it's pretty obvious why you can't control it, actually. So they got all of it. See right here, you can see it. Seconds survived, 10 seconds. Seconds survived, under, over, 39 or less, 40 or more. Seconds survived, three-way, fight outcome. You can pick different types of things, but you don't know exactly what's going to happen. They do show you his last fights, so you kind of get an understanding of where everything is trending, I guess. But all of that is just like little psychological tricks to get you in the casino anyways. None of it really matters. Every new moment is completely removed from previous moments. So it's almost like the lottery. Just because numbers came up don't mean that they won't ever come up again, or that they will come up again. None of the numbers that you see, or none of the things that you see, have any bearing on what's gonna happen next. All right, so yeah, let's get into this gameplay. Let's get into this animation so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Man, 20 seconds. Let's just speed this up. Get over here. No more bets. Now, right here, this looks amazing because they're using somewhat realistic camera angles, right? They're using realistic camera angles, and even the referee himself is animated, so it all looks really, really good. They're gonna pull in as well. The actual camera angle from the pull in is really, really far, but because this is showing you, it's trying to show you something, it's right there in your face. But it's gonna do a pull in, and the camera angles and cuts are going to be pretty dynamic. So it actually creates a good viewing experience. So you see it zooms in, Mike Tyson. Now the punches look good. The punches look good. They look pretty slow to me, but they look good in terms of how they're thrown. That drop was pretty good. He gets up. He's surviving. referee. Everything is in tandem. Everything is animated together. Throwing good jabs. Mike Tyson. You see how he L-stepped there. He's throwing punches into the guard. Look like weak punches. Now, the reason that those punches look weak is because none of what you're seeing here can actually be replicated in a game, in an actual game. I've seen comment after comment say, why can't they just take these animations and put them in the game? You can't. This is the entire fight being animated from start to finish. So it is choreographed. And that is the why, and that is why it looks incredibly fluid, because it's fully choreographed. Even the referee. So look at Mike Tyson's movements. Look how he's slipping, how the glove stays there. All of that is choreographed. Is he gonna get up? He got it.
To get back from that.
Oh no, he gave up.
No, you know, I think this is over.
He gave up. Okay, so that looked amazing, right? But here's the issue. It's all the reason why these punches. Let's see if we can get to the part where he's like tapping his block. The reason that looks like taps is because there are really two people wearing boxing gloves in a motion capture suit. Well, three people with the referee. This cannot be replicated. The best you can do to try to replicate this is with cued animations. The problem with cued animations, though, is that you are giving up responsiveness. So, for example, for all of this to happen as fluid as you're seeing it here, you would have to press buttons way before the fighter actually shows those button presses on screen. So for example, if you want to throw a jab, a straight, and a hook, you would have to press jab, straight, and hook, and then your opponent would have to press something in anticipation of what you're going to do, and then a choreographed scene would come up using those specific presses by you and your opponent. And it would make a fluid-like or a seamless-like animation stream or string that would make it look like this. There is nothing that we can do to make punches and animations and interactions look like this at all at this moment. There is nothing that we can do to make it look like this. So I've seen a lot of people say, oh, why can't you just do this? All of this stuff, he's throwing this hand and loading this hand. What if you just throw this hand and you don't load this hand? You know what I mean? It's like you can't throw and load and then you don't do anything. If you want full responsiveness, you would have to throw, and then an animation would happen if you throw this hand. But it won't be seamless with the referee holding your arm and then you're ducking and the other guy. That's too choreographed. So there's no way at this point that we can do this. And the only way that I could even think that this could happen is to have thousands upon thousands, almost over hundreds of thousands of different animation stringed animations together, and then on top of all of that, you basically would have to cue everything. And I don't know about you, but I would rather have responsiveness than cued punches. So I don't want to press like a certain amount of buttons and then, it's basically like turn-based combat. I press something and then my opponent is guessing what I'm pressing. So he presses something and then we work off of that and then it displays itself on screen. But we're always going to be in a 7 to 10 second delay so that everything can be connected perfectly and we could get the animation that looks fluid like this. I honestly would not want to experience that. And that's the only way that I could even see any of this kind of stuff happening. Now, does it look beautiful? Yes. Do the punches look like they're pulling all of their punches? Absolutely. Every single punch looks like they're pulling it. Look at that. What was that? What is this? Look at this. What is all that? Look how he's trying to create angles. Like, all of that will be amazing in game, but you can't do this in game. You can't. None of this stuff can be done in game. Look, a bunch of pulled punches. Look at that. A bunch of pulled punches.
In England, but look at that. Just look at that from Tyson. Welcome to the big league, he says.
So I just wanted to talk about this game because I never did, but it's always intrigued me that this exists because people use this video so much and use these graphics so much.
Has his head cleared from that. It was a thunderous shot from Tyson.
Look at that. All those pulled punches. They're like this. They're all pulled.
And I'll tell you something, Kingsley will be glad of that. Tyson exuding danger.
I mean, everything looks good because the camera angles and stuff, they're like dynamic and broadcast type camera angles. So all of this looks good. And if their punches were more impactful, they would be good. But with everything you do, you take away something else. So because this is completely choreographed, they can't be lethal punches because they're literally fighting each other or choreographing the fight inside of a motion capture studio. So anyways, that's all that I wanted to show you guys. I just wanted to talk about this because I never did, and I wanted you guys' opinion on it. I've seen so many people ask why not use these animations, and I think I wanted to give my 2 cents as to why we're not seeing anything like this in the foreseeable future, nor are we going to probably even like a gameplay mechanics that would allow for something like this to happen because it would be incredibly queued up. And I rather have responsiveness over queued punches. That's just me. I don't know. Some people probably love the presentation style so much they rather try to do a semi turn-based game system where they are pressing stuff and they're waiting 10 seconds for it to happen, and then they're pressing other things without knowing what happened yet, and then they're waiting 10 seconds for that to happen. But to me, that is way too wild, and I wouldn't be able to control what's going on. And it'll be basically just a guessing game of what your opponent is going to do. So let me know your thoughts on this, guys. Please remember to hit the like button and the subscribe button as we continue to bring you content, especially related to ESBC. We're not going to stop with that. We're going to keep pushing that out. And yeah, that's it. I will see you guys in the next one.